What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we have another pallet. Bunch of Pokemon cases just came in. Wanted to take the time in this video to just kind of do a market discussion of what I am seeing in this market. Before we dive in, make sure you guys are subscribed. Trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Here we go. Let's start off. Got a bunch of the first partner cases on the pallet, continuing to build up positions. This has been selling really, really well. Massive sleeper. Series 2 just got announced. The demand for Series 1 is starting to really, really trend up. Before you know it, these are going to be $400+ a case. You know, I wouldn't even be surprised if we get to $500. If the Pokemon Company doesn't reprint anymore, those are just going to continue going up. I have a lot of buyouts happening right now on the first partner. I have a few clients in California who are trying to buy hundreds of cases, a few in Texas, a few in Florida. A lot of big whales who are just trying to get as many of these cases as they can. But the issue is, it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult being able to get that much volume, that many cases. And another thing that a lot of people are understanding in this market is that, you know, money or the increase in price, that's not an issue. Right now, the biggest bottleneck for a lot of the larger players out there is just the ability to get a lot of cases, not being able to get a ton of supply. Like, having access to supply is the biggest asset in 2026 because everybody needs more product. Ascended Heroes, Prismatic Evolutions, you know, it doesn't matter what reprints, doesn't matter what Wave 2 comes out, businesses need more product. This stuff is being opened and enjoyed by more people than we've ever seen before, and a lot of people are misunderstanding that it doesn't matter about the supply right now because the demand is just so great. This pallet right here, we just got another one coming in. We got pallets coming in now every couple days, and the order frequency is just going to continue growing. I'm just seeing by our own deliveries and, you know, going from small boxes to ordering by the pallet and receiving pallets. This just tells me how much the hobby has grown, how many more people are in the industry, how many more people are trying to stock these, whether you're investors, other businesses, other customers. A lot of these cases, a lot of the products here on this pallet are going to be available on our website. If you guys want to check it out, links in the description below, PokeKingShop.com. If you are looking to buy, a lot of the cases here are going to be broken up and we're just going to sell individual. So for example, here you have SV10 booster bundles. I'm going to probably have individual booster bundles on the website. I might have cases on the website, but if you want to just buy primarily cases, we do have our group down in the description below. We got 2 different tiers. We have starter and elite. The only difference is how many cases you're able to buy, and obviously the pricing. The pricing, you get better pricing on Elite, but that's because you're paying more for the membership. So yeah, a lot of useful resources down in the description below. But yeah, first partner cases, big buyout on those. The deluxe, this is a fascinating one. People were complaining to me when we were charging $310 a case, and now they're over $400. And you know, I'm trying to list under, but what people don't understand is that, like, hey, there's only so much supply I could get. Once I'm out, yeah, the price are going to get closer to market. And even at charging like $380, I'm sold out, you guys. And if you take that difference of $380 a case versus $300, I mean, that's like 30% higher, and it's still selling out. It just speaks volumes to how much demand there is for this stuff. You know, Ascended Heroes sold a case here, I think, for like $1,800. Cases are like $2,200 now, something like that. You can pretty much fire sell them at $2,000. Price just keeps going up, and again, nobody really cares to discount this product. That's what a lot of the beginners, a lot of the newer guys, they get so confused that prices can increase daily, but they don't realize that the people that have the Ascended Heroes, like, nobody's in a rush to get rid of it because they understand that the Pokemon Company, before they do any reprints, I mean, think about how long it was before we got more Prismatic Evolutions. You know, so if it took 1 year, 2 years to get a Prismatic ETB restock and it was so small, I think people realize that ETBs of Ascended Heroes are not coming anytime soon. So, you know, those are going to be going to $250 in ETB, and that's just where we are in the market. Do I think it's crazy for a product that's out 3 months to be that expensive? I think it is, but you know what? It doesn't matter how I feel or what my opinion is. The market's going to market, and a lot of new people, they just don't understand that. But the big guys, the whales, you know, they don't really care. They're playing the game. They're purchasing the products. They're paying record high prices. On these pallets, I'm paying record high prices as well. And again, if you want to play the game, you got to play the game. And so that's just where we are at. Documenting the journey, guys, showing you what it's like scaling a Pokemon business. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know, a lot of these products right here have very, very small margins. Even if you guys go on our website, you know, the prices are not cheap. I'm not here to advertise that we're going to have the cheapest prices for you guys, because the prices of all this stuff, it's just extremely expensive. Nobody's discounting. If you want to get Pokemon, you have to pay up. And another thing too is a lot of people, they have a misconception on what wholesale actually is. They think that wholesale is getting these super cheap ETBs, but what they don't realize is, like, when restocks happen, nobody is actually paying wholesale prices. You're pretty much paying market. The conglomerates at the top are charging you market, and if you don't buy it, the next guy will. Obviously, I'm playing the game. I'll buy whatever the distributor asks me to buy, because I understand what it's like building relationships. And a lot of the small people who haven't been in the space, who don't run businesses, they are just loyal to the cheapest price. And that is a terrible way to go about it. Because as you scale, as you begin to grow a bigger business, you don't want to be looking for one-off successful collection buys. You just want a reliable, consistent source. And so what that they charge you a little bit more? They're providing you a good service, and it is a relationship that is going worthwhile both ways, in the same way that the distributor is taking care of me in the good times by giving me extra Ascended Heroes. When the market shits the bed and these products are dead and nobody's going to want them, guess who's still going to be buying? Businesses like mine. And so that's what a lot of people don't understand too, is like, why is it so difficult to open distribution accounts? There's two different ways that distributors are operating right now. The stupid ones are onboarding all the accounts and diluting the big guys and giving everybody a tiny bit. It's a terrible way to go about it, in my opinion, because after the quick and easy money's gone, all those small accounts are going to vanish, and you're hurting the big guys who are there to take care of you. Now, that doesn't mean that the distributor should only be working with the big guys, but the most successful distributors, how they do it is they are taking care of the accounts who are taking care of them when the market was weak. And that makes sense, right? Like, when booster boxes were $95 shipped on eBay or TCG Player, and the distro was charging you 100 plus fees, you were actually losing money. Like, you were able to buy these products cheaper secondhand, but the people that were buying from the distributors and still maintaining those relationships, like, yeah, now they deserve to be getting more products when there is money to be made. And this is the first time truly in history where we have actual instant profitability on any single product that releases. Distribution in the past, that's why nobody had distributors in the past, because it wasn't worth having distributors in the past. And everybody who has one now, other people who don't, will say that you're super lucky, but they don't understand that it wasn't quick, easy money like it is today. And the market's entirely different. What I've noticed in my own experience running a business here is every 2-3 years the market shifts. Like booster bundle cases, SV10 was pretty hot, but if you went back a few sets ago, let's say back to SV5, like Temporal Forces era, Paradox Rift, Twilight Masquerade, even up until I would say Stellar Crown, Surging Sparks is where the market started to turn a little bit, but it wasn't until Journey Together and Destined Rivals that it really took off. I would say obviously Destined Rivals, where we had boxes going out the gate like 250 plus, and at that point that pretty much solidified the new market price for boxes to be about 250. Now Perfect Order, I don't know if I have Perfect Order on here. That's an exception to that. Perfect Order boxes are like 200, but nonetheless, market remains very, very strong. I'll open up this palette here, probably do another video with you guys showing what we're buying, but as you can see, this entire bottom row is all first partner. My goal is to continue buying up cases of the first partner illustration series, because it's going to be a home run. Series 2 is going to be a home run. So will Series 3. I don't care what generations are in there. The hype behind Series 1 is going to be with the Kanto starters of Generation 1. And yeah, I'm very bullish on the product. I like to show you guys the positions. Sure, I do show you guys the TCG Player charts, and I like making those investment style videos where I could just ramble, but I like to make these kind of videos as well, just as kind of a credibility check that when I'm telling you something's a buy, I'm backing it up with tens of thousands of dollars in said cases, as opposed to just telling you, and then you may only have a position of like 1 or 2 cases. So, here's your receipt. And, these types of pallets, I've made so many of these videos. I'm going to continue making the videos, because for me, it's just documenting our own growth. And it's awesome to see how we went from receiving, these smaller cases to now receiving by the pallet. And it takes a lot of time. This doesn't happen overnight. It's years in the business, doing good business, and just growing, with the market and the explosion. The growth's absolutely crazy, but we're still stocking up, paying high on these products. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's SV 8.5. So got some prismatic evolutions there as well. And, I'm also at the point, it's funny because a lot of people, before we wrap this video up, I'll just make a quick note of this. A lot of people sometimes for these really high products, they'll be like, oh, you're charging market. And what they don't realize is you could pay market, wait 2 weeks, and these products hit a record high. And it's actually funny because I had a friend who was looking to buy some products, getting into the investment side of things, and we bought some Prismatic Evolution ETB cases, and we paid straight up market. Just kind of as a sample, I'm like, hey, this is going to keep going up. Supply's drying up. And I think we got, not from this pallet, this was a separate buy, not recorded, but I think we got the ETB cases for like 1,600. 2 weeks went by, now they're like 2,000. And it's just absolutely crazy because right now you can just pay market, do nothing, wait 2 weeks, and you're hitting all-time record highs. Meanwhile, you have these people that complain that like prices are going up. It's like, look, are you going to jump on board, or are you just going to sit on the sidelines, complain, and do nothing? Because if that's what you're going to do, then you're definitely not going to win. Right now, it's really easy. You could pay record high prices, do nothing, wait, and the prices will be higher a month from now. It's really easy. All you have to do is buy. In this market, if you're buying, you're winning. And it's not going to change anytime soon, especially as we get closer to 30th anniversary. This stuff's only going to get even crazier. Chaos Rising is going to be a super successful release. Pitch Black, same thing, very successful release. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys in this video. Fun little palette. We're going to break it up, see what we got. Bunch of fun products. Excited to make some more videos here and continue documenting the journey. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links down in the description below. Visit our website, join our group, hit the eBay affiliate link anytime you're buying on there. And with that, we'll catch you on the next one.